I don't think that we will go any further. Ausmasela Meselwane and everyone in the captain, thank you very much. And I also want to give a thanks to really to the service providers. Thank you very much for whatever we have come up here. You don't know how much job we have created in this short space of time. I think we are over 1,000 now. And I think it was 1,058 by now. And we are saying to everybody, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we also want to have a special thank to the community around Lemo Mall and to give us this opportunity. We have spoken to them, they have listened, and we promise to them that we will do something much more better. But the last but not least, there's a gap between the haves and have-nots. There's a gap between the police and the community, the police and the youth. We need to bring that gap much more closer and to sit down and say, how can we address this problem of gender-based violence? You know, and only us in Mangaung can do it. If we could get this one right, I don't think that one would beat us. And I'm saying that we need to understand that no one will come from anywhere in the world and come and change our townships, whether we like it or not. We need to change our township ourselves. And we hope that this event has bring where the investors are saying that yes, we can. We got an international investor from Brazil, and Jonas, thank you very much for attending. You know, what surprised me is that they are on a journey on a fashion parade in Brazil, and I didn't even know them. And it was just coincident, I met them in the corridors, and you know, there's this thing in Brazil when you talk to somebody, hey, these are drug lords, you know. And guys, believe me or not, and they gave me his card. I said, no, I'll see you, man. But they persist to come and see me, and we went into a joint venture with them, and yet today is paying off. And we promise you that what you have seen in them, they are really coming to South Africa. They have sponsored a fashion show, and they have taken 2 girls, one from phase 4, one from phase 7, sponsored for our fashion parade. And guys, I think we need to give them a round of applause. And we are saying to them, please, we mustn't stop the road here. I've lobbied jumping castle here. Somebody come here and just come and sell and go away. We are saying that we want to open up a factory. We want to be the biggest shoe factory manufacturer in Africa. You know, we want to supply Africa from here. Seji Sadek. And they have promised us, we are busy with negotiations, how can we open up the shoe factory in our country? And that will be the first, biggest, largest shoe factory in Africa. And with them, they are manufacturing 600 shoes per day. Guys, 600,000 shoes per day, guys. I was there, I saw it. 600,000 shoes per day. You can make your own calculations and you come up with a figure. And I'm saying that if I can only make 100,000 shoes per day, and I think women are buying shoes, there's more shoes in their wardrobe than anywhere, and we want to capture that market, and we want to see to it, how could we open up these factories in South Africa? I think I would like to stop there, and later on I can elaborate on the others. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Freddy. So Mr. Lund will take us through a review of the event, what happened, and will then give you an opportunity to ask questions. I'm sure you saw a lot of things went right and a lot of things also went wrong. So she will just take you through our review. We don't have a full report as yet, so we'll do a press release probably after we've compiled all the economic impact studies and stuff that we need to do and send it through to you. Over to you, Ms. Elena.
Thank you. So good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Ndade Kenny. Thank you, Lemo Fest. So, what a journey from the 1st of October, but I need to start from when the boss set us down as a team. It was end of July when he said to us, we need to do Lemo Fest. Well, he had said it previously in 2022, last year, that he wants to have a celebration. He wants to bring a festival to the township, and we were like, okay, no, we'll do it. But we're busy opening stores. He's already spoken about the stores, and we thought, okay, we'll just keep quiet and delay and not say anything. We kept quiet. That didn't work for us because in July, end of July, he sat us down and said, how far are you with the plans? We have a festival in October, and we hadn't started. So it meant that we pull the team together and we start with the planning. We started at the end of July with putting up the plan for the festival, and we've gone to now, the 15th of October, where we are now giving you feedback. So we started off with our Thanksgiving, which was literally just saying thank you to the community. Dade Kenny was giving back to the community, the patrons of the mall, and the community that has supported him throughout in terms of the investment that he's done in the country, in the township. He's spoken about that. Everything he's done in the township, and he thought, what is the right opportunity? This is the best way to actually say thank you and give back to the community of Mangaung. So he's giving back to the community, and one of the highlights there, I think it was, and our stakeholders, APSA will tell you, that they had umgomboti. That was one of the biggest going thing in the Thanksgiving. I mean, it was a traditional ceremony, and we had to then have the traditional food. We had our traditional artists. It was a great success. We then moved on to the second event, which was SMME Expo. This now is really at the center of building the capacity and the businesses in the community. And Ndade Kenny has said that if we don't build SMMEs in the communities, and then we are not going to be able to create jobs and deal with this high unemployment rate. So we really, really believe that it was actually important for Lemo Fest to then have that component of the festival, which is SMME Expo. It ran over 2 days with Memo Sele having project led it, and I'm sure we're all sitting here today, those who had attended will be proud to actually give you reviews and tell you how wonderful it was. We had over 30 exhibitors who were showcasing the services that they offer. It was about services. It wasn't about trade. It was not about selling. So we had those exhibitors, over 30 of them from different, it was commercial, it was some government arms. We had your Cedars, we had APSA, a stakeholder and commercial bank that was showcasing and indicating to the SMMEs what they can offer. But the highlight was our keynote speaker, which was Vusitembe Kwayo, and I know you all enjoyed having him here, where he inspired us and actually spoke to the entrepreneurs to go big and believe in themselves and scale up their businesses. So that is what we're going to continue with. So SMME Expo will certainly be part of our next 2024 plan, where we will definitely have that SMME Expo bigger and better with more services that are showcased, particularly from the government perspective, because we would like people to leave with something in their hands. We want people to come here and have a registration of their companies. We had APSA sponsor some of our Lemo Day markets, and unfortunately some people could not qualify, who we actually would have loved them to showcase. They couldn't qualify. The only reason was that they are not formally registered businesses. So there's a huge gap there, and we would like to close that particular gap next year by having the CIPC here and the DTI to ensure that we have registered companies that are formal and also tax registered, to ensure that they can then qualify and benefit from sponsorships such as your APSA and Cedars. So that was our second 2-day. We had 400 attendees, and I've already indicated in terms of the exhibitors. Main sponsors there were APSA, we had Beira Rio, which is our partner, and that Ken has already indicated, from Brazil. We then moved on to fashion show, which was amazing. Do you agree? It was
Yes.
just amazing. It was just on another level. I don't think we've had any level of fashion show in Bloemfontein, in Free State at that level. So truly speaking, our project lead there was Dipale Sambola, and she really did a great job. Thank you, Dipalesa, and we really had a good time.
Casey, please come forward. Palisa?
So then we had, if we move on, we had piano. The next Kenny spoke about youth, that we definitely have to cater for youth. That is the majority of, our communities in terms of the proper proportion, or the number of communities, people in the communities. Youth make up the biggest community. So we had piano there, which was actually offering that. So we really, really grateful that we're able to cater for our youth. They had fun. It was really great. And we had quite a lot of youth there. The reviews were quite great, and I'm sure you all had fun. We had the most of the well-known piano artists there. We had Bunta Distana and them, and there we also had at a capacity of about 3,000, which meant it was full capacity from both general perspective and the VIP. We then moved on to gospel, our all-white gospel. It was hot. It was lit. We had an amazing time. We had over 4,000 in terms of the general public that came through, the patrons, and then we had a full house in VIP as well. We had a hot lineup, and next year, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be hotter. It's going to be hotter. We're going to have a hotter lineup. We're already talking to people that would like to. Also, quite a great success, full house as well. Good show, and we're also going to come back with comedy next year, on condition. I've been given conditions by the committee that it's on certain condition that we will have comedy. So we need to work hard as a team to ensure that that comedy comes on board. And then we had our star of the show. We had Woman to Woman. It was hot. That lineup, I don't think we brought everyone and everyone that we could actually bring in South Africa. Actually, the team was saying, I don't know how we've done so well. We brought the strongest lineup in terms of Woman to Woman, and 2024 is going to be very difficult to ensure that we actually go one step higher. But trust us, we will. So we had a full house as well, Women to Women, quite a wonderful event there. And then closed off with Global Stage yesterday. Very hot. We had Tandi Samazwai, we had Moda Bongs. I personally had quite a lot of fun. We had a capacity of about 2.5, including including Golden Circle, and 3,000 including VIP. So we really had full house with all our events, and again, that would have not been possible if we hadn't partnered with some of our stakeholders who are here today and some who aren't here. And I'm going to mention them, and I'm going to start with APSA. We have them here. Bontate, thank you very much. We really, really appreciate you trusted us, when no one was trusting that this is going to happen.
Before you do it,
Okay.
there's one thing she forgot is that golf is my passion.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And I would like that the gentleman must say something about what happened in golf. And Palisa, can yourself, the Palisa, for your fashion, can you say something about golf?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We hosted our inaugural Lemo Fest Golf Open. We had participation of plus 140 players. On a gunshot, it's abnormal. We normally don't get such numbers.
Yeah.
And the plan going forward is that seeing that participation in golf is in demand, we are planning to do it in both courses. We have got 2 local courses adjacent to one another. We'll have 140 on one course, 140 on one course because of the demand.
Oh.
I think from my side it was a big success. again, thanks to APSA, as always. They came on board and made this thing a huge success from the golf perspective. Thank you.
Thank you. Dipalisa is not going to say anything on fashion. We've already touched on fashion.
Okay.
So we're going to move on to Lemo Run. We had Lemo Run that we did with the athletics club, which was amazing. We had 10 kilometers and 5-kilometer run. We also had aerobics on the day. So we catered for everyone. So next year, we're going bigger. We are going to have a marathon next year. We will be partnering with the Center City Titanium Athletics Club. They did an amazing job. That run was well organized. We had t-shirts, we had water points that were all fueled well. So thank you very much to them in absentia. But next year, certainly we're having a Comrade Marathon qualifier, which will be a 42 that we're going to be partnering with them. And hopefully the Athletics Free State will give us an approval there to do that. It will still be in the township. It's not going to go anywhere. We will be doing it here because everything we do is about township revitalization. And then we had Lemo Day Market, which I spoke about that APSA and CEDA actually sponsored that. We had crafters, arts people, traders who were selling their products, and we also had photographers there. So well done to Matseho, you did a great job as well, and thank you very much. That was a great success, and we're also going to have Lemo Day Market again next year. We are just going to change their position next year. We're going to put them on the mall side just to ensure that they're more visible and that they get more feet and more activity. And last but not least, we had the food stalls. For each event, we had about 15 food stalls for all our main events. And that also really was just about giving back to the community and ensuring that we give a platform to SMMEs and ensure that they also get economic benefit from the festival. So that also went quite well. And I cannot go without indicating this one. That they like you guys. Is he here? It's about giving the children in the township space and a platform to play. So they were on holiday, and usually, we don't have fun. And I know we had a bit of a glitch there where we had to stop them for the 2 days where we had SMME Expo because they were just adjacent to the venue. So it wasn't going to be too conducive or good for the SMME Expo to also have children who are having fun and making noise and running around outside. So we had to stop the 2 days, which obviously impacted on the children and the parents. So for that, we apologize, but we will make sure that next year we're going to run a tight one again, 5-day kiddies program, which will be also still subsidized by some of our corporates, because some of our corporates actually subsidized children who came to play. We catered for children in orphanages. We catered for children from marginalized homes where they couldn't, where they don't have money. I think Dade, like you will correct me, we were able to accommodate about 400 children that were sponsored by Lemo Fest as well as other corporates to come play for free. They were ferried from Buthabe, Lower Tabanchu, around Mangaung to come have fun here. They also got lunch on the day and goodies as well. So that is actually very close to our hearts because we do need to cater for children. They are our future, and we need to make sure that in everything we do, they're incorporated and they're given space. So next year we'll have another week of Kiddies Village, but we won't have it here. Dade Kenny will give us another space where we're going to have a bigger space. We would like to have bigger games and all.
Before you now, there's Reakasi must continue. It's not worry now. It's October. It ends here, and not by Lemo Fest. We need to sit down and see. We must continue doing that, even if that I'm not there anymore. But Reakasi must be, like it must be a DNA. You must be part and parcel of it. The other thing, I also like to thank the Mangaung municipality for the role they have played. The mayor have played a major role to setting up this, and from day one he was really trying to see to it what obstacles were there. He tried to put them aside. I would like to give the Mayor of Mangaung a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And the Premier also, eh?
Yes.
He was here, and the Premier, oh, I feel so sorry for the Premier sometimes, you know. All of you know the problems that we had. Thank you very much, Premier.
And he played the golf.
Yeah.
And he played golf, and I beat him.
Thank you so much. I think we'll do a vote of thanks, Mesilane. When you do that, then we'll take the sponsors up to that. So maybe let's just go directly into questions if there are any. Zizipo, will you help me coordinate the questions, take the questions, and we'll go.
O nna ha se potso ke kopa ho sebedisa leleme lena la marena hoba for 21 years ke le radio tshwarelo ke le radiong Ntate Freddy Lesotho ke rata fela pele ke tswela pele a se question a ka go leboha hore di-colleague tsaka re bile le di-challenges tse ngata le local media empa ntho e ke e ratang ka bona ke tshepang ba nkentse motlodi ke hore diphepetsong tse ngata tse bileng teng ha ke a bona ba bua bobe ka Lemo ke bone ba kgothalla ho ya pele re bile le dintwa tse ding tse ne re tsamaya re bua le bomme Selwane ka tsona empa le tshwaro ya haholo matsatsi ana mabedi tsela eo media e ne tshwara ka yona haholo ha ho tluwa dijong ke leboha Modimo ba hanka ka disha ha ke tsebe na ne le tsa batho kapa ne le tsa eng fela re ile ra bua le bona hore ha re ngole ka dintho tseo re ngola ka botle bo etsahalang ene ke lebohe hape Radio 2000 ke motho enwa ya hlokolosi haholo ya batlang ho sheba haholo di-media tsena tse patalang hore na di etsa justice Radio 2000 the way ne pusha ka teng Jimmy e lanketsa motlotlo hore e bue haholo ka Lemo e etse eng ene mme Selwane nako e tlang re tlo kopa hore ha re entse di-proposal batho beo le ba kgethileng ha ba seke ba re baleya nna tsamaya mo ke tsamayang ke lwana ka tsamaya ke itshwara hore kana ke mohlanka Modimo e re seke ka lwana hobaneng ha o buile le batho ba file proposal haholo jwang o itse ho batho hore guys ntho ena ya qala Ntate Freddy kopile hore be mmoho a ke leleke hore le so tsamaya o ipotsa hore na o etseng so nna ntho ya ka fela Ntate Freddy ke o leboha hore media wa ka le ha ke tseba ba dula ba kwata ne ba ka nna ba etsa ntho engwe le engwe ne ka senya mokete wa rona mare ba kgona hore ba be hantle e nngwe ke boneng ba sa ngola e nthabisitseng Ntate Sputnik ke a boitshwaro ba somisi re bone fela service re sa tsebe na o tshwerwe ke mala kapa o entseng ra bona sa le siyo fela ha ba ka ba ngola ka bohlaswa boo e nngwe e re e boneng ke yona eno ya hore bana ba ipitsang di-national artist ba nyatsa haholo Free State ha ba ne ba le kae ne ba tla dumela ho etsa di-interviews le rona mare ba bang ke a ba ikgantsha mare re leboha ka batho bo ngwana ha hola ha a shapui haholo so Ntate Freddy re ke ra o shapa haholo mare supporto ya rona e teng o ke lebetse ho ipolela ke nna Neo Kabi number 1 radio presenter in the Free State tshebeletsong e kgolo ya Mosupatsela le the Covenant re leboha haholo Ntate Freddy ha kena mantswe a mangata ba ke re Modimo a e hodise o bile le ntho tse ngata tse bileng negative tse ne re ka ngola ka tsona tse batho ba neng ba di bua ba bang ba neng ba batla ho ema kgahlano le Lemo re itjhebetse o la bua ka crime ha o no qala ile ra itjhebela ene e nngwe ke ratang ke interviewle bomme le bontate be le ba fileng sebaka hore ba rekise mo ba bang ne ba etsa 3000 ka letsatsi ba bang ba etsa 6000 ba bang ba etsa 5000 so management wa Lemo ke a le leboha ke le leboha ba ne le mpatetse ha ke a le charger le ile send mare ke itse Modimo a le ruise molemo sa feleng from Mosupatsela the Covenant le ba bang market team bo Ntate Stene ke le tshwaretse a re pusheng next year re beng hantle so nna wa ka fela Mesilwane le team ke a tseba mama ke ka la ba le mele e ka re tla tshwarana ka diwashine ke jwalo ha ke batla ntho di etsahale hantle so Ntate Freddy all in all re a leboha le ntho ya hore le re team VIPs ba kena management wa rona ha ya re di ya re pushitse e re bontshitse ntho ena hore di local media houses di sebetsa ho feta bana ba ipitsang bo mamma re ka ba bitsa ka mabitso be ke tsebang ile ho bona le hore ba hasetse mona ba bang ba se ke ba etsa justice solo but team ena ya ka e ne ntse e etsa hantle ke a kgola ke ka ho beileng wa ile turu mona hore da ha ke sonta
No, thank you very ke a leboha ntate ka nnete ka mantswe a kgothatso ya ntlha ko bo ke re Phephi hle ntate Phephi ka nnete e tsamaya ka maoto a mane be kgopiwa ka le ntho ena e se ya rona e le ya lona and local media o tsebe le rona media ha re tsebe gore ke ema pela media ke eng tse re coachwa morao mane and wa tseba le ha o se hola e na le ho chepa speaker gore o so ya kwana gore ye kwana but tjhe ntate ka nnete ke ntho e re e ke maikutlo gore ka nnete le eme ka manto botlhaswa ba rona lapeng mona ya ka re kolomaka di-strata ra kolomaka di-pavement ra penta ditsela ne le teng mono re batla ho bona gore ka nnete baeti se ka bona botlhaswa ba rona ke itumetse ho utlwa ka nnete le eme ka manto la le bo bone ba ka nnete next time ra o promisa gore re tla e hlokisa ntho e re lokisa ntate thank you ntate
May we have your name, your media house, and your question?
Dumelang batho ba bangata. Lebitso la ka ke Jimmy Mapohoshe. Ke nna ntate wa Central TV. Central TV is a baby that is growing as before I give the question, I just want to offer a word of gratitude. Central TV with respect to the Kenyan management. Yes, and that the one of those glitches. The only thing that we're only praying for is whoever that is doing events in the province of the state can respect the local media. That's my humble request. And we are spending so much to ensure content in the state is covered by the state. It be positive, they are out there. Because if we run media of the state, we are not protecting the projects of the state. No one is going to protect. Now, charity begins at home. So my first question will start Ntate Freddy and the management. The media growth, as far as Lemo Fest is concerned, the development on your side, is there a team that sits down and say, at this media team, the Babylon Lero, what can we do to make sure on the next year they become better? Not as a service providers, but as a media to say, Lerona as Lemo Fest, we played part in making sure that the media in the Free State become consistent. That's the first question. The second question is, Ntate Freddy, how you alluded to now, there are two ladies from phase 4 and phase 6 that were identified.
Phase 7.
Yeah, phase 7. As a media, can we have an opportunity to engage those individuals? Can we have access to them? That's the second question. The last question. Let's talk about as a Lemo Fest. We started, it was a dream, but now it's no longer a dream. It's a baby that is crawling. What can we see? We saw the development towards the Lemo Fest. Did it end? Or is there anything that will say this was a legacy program that was birthed by Lemo Fest? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ndede. Can I, let me just stop, because actually what we're talking about last night was around the training and the development element, and partnering with some development organizations to ensure that we get everyone up to speed. So Memosile, if you can take that.
Yeah, I think also in terms of the media, we were not going to make any excuses. Yes, there's certain mistakes that we made, and we can't come up with solutions for you without talking to you. In fact, I think a couple of days before the event, Messelan kept on saying, can we have a meeting with the media? Can you have a meeting? And because there were a lot of things that were moving, we could not get to that point. But I think the only thing that we can do is to sit down with you guys, and you guys tell us what you want. This is what we can do to assist you going forward. And in terms of the programs, we saw a lot of, I mean, at some point we had a guest list of media of 120 media, which is ridiculous. In any event, you cannot have more than 120 media attending. And if you look at the reviews and what we're getting in the newspapers, it does not reflect the amount of money that we're spending as a project to cater, to do all of these things. There is no return. So somehow, as much as you want us to do a development on your site, you need to show us as a team that we are really together. So it must be a give-give. So maybe what you should look at is a workshop before the event happens. So we can present to you what we're trying to do next year, and then you guys can say, how do you guys then plug in? So no one is aggrieved after the event, and we work well together. And just to respond to you, I want to, I've never seen local media perform the way events. I've done a lot of events.
Yeah.
And I have never seen so much commitment of local media into a project. I've done Mahita Mahikeng, I've done Kwalisa Mabida, I've done big festivals. And I want to applaud you for that. And like in Tata Sachula, for the mistakes that we've made. And we are truly intending on
And then if I can also then talk to the individuals who have been selected. We have not signed we have selected them. This was done yesterday. There were some of the models we used for the fashion show. We need to sign contracts with them. And once that has been done, which will happen in the week with our partner Bera Rio, because they are going to be actually brand ambassadors for Visano, which is one of the brands we sell in Kwai, and Moleka, which is one of the brands we sell in Dieta. So once we have signed those contracts, in this week we will then release the names of those individuals, and we'll also arrange interviews with them so that we do it properly with contracts in place, and they also being briefed properly in terms of what is happening and where they are going and how that's going to be. Like I'm saying, the selection happened yesterday morning at 9 o'clock, so we still have all that to tie down the contract, but you will then be told who they are once that it's done. Thank you, Dad.
And can we please have the registers, the numbers,
Attendance register.
attendance
Yes,
register,
we are doing it.
so that we can know that this is the local media, this is the national media.
Yes. And then in terms of the spin-offs, I think you asked about the spin-offs in that day. And one of the things that Gabi touched on were the food stalls here. On those we had 15, minimum 15 people who were employed around here to ensure that, from a creation of employment perspective, they are getting something. So they were actually employed before the 1st of October. They were still here cleaning and all this morning, so that's part of that has happened. In terms of the economy, the shops around here, I know that our very good partner Ntate Kayla K and Ntate Keke had an event yesterday, and we believe it's spin-off from Lemo Fest. If we didn't have Lemo Fest and we didn't have the number of people we had here yesterday, maybe he wouldn't have done it. But he did it on the back of understanding that there's going to be quite a lot of people here, and therefore they then obviously benefited from the Lemo Fest as well. And we are partnering with them quite well, Sichaba as well down the road. During Makufe or during Lemo Fest or any festival, there's always spin-offs, there's always economic activity. So there's quite a lot of activity that has happened. Memosile indicated that we don't have the details in terms of reports yet. We finished yesterday. So this coming week, we are going to be putting up reports from all project leads, and then we will have numbers to then share with you, indicating then the factual numbers, or basically the dotted I's and crossed T's.
There's a direct community opposite the mall called Namibia. Namibia had sewage spillages running in their streets for over 20 years, in their houses, for over 20 years. Lemo Fest, through its champion, decided to go and invest this money there to go and fix the sewage system for a better living arrangement for that community. To us, it's a big spin-off. It's a big spin-off. And again, you can mention it's a legacy project. That thing will last that community for years to come.
And the roads in the day. So I think also the roads coming to Lemo, they were all fixed, no potholes. We had lights around. And, actually, the lights, in partnership with Senlec, were put up there. So there's quite a lot in that day, but I think it's only fair to then give you a proper report with the numbers. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. There's a question from Dr. Freddy.
Now, are we saying now, like on our way, people like everybody who's butterfly, like the child from the garage, so it's the more replacing them. I was happy to see the people here about that, and then I was at development, artists from the remember the statement that he gave Makufe was meant to develop a artist around the country, so around the project. So how then we have space for them, whereby the members give back to the artists around it? Because the Dana was what, like you said, it was still people like I would say international. But then now we have space, Lemo doesn't have space for development artists locally. So, and then does Lemo replace Makufe? Because everybody was coming here was a drama. So, the department of water for going to put on this media. Because Bonnie Lab has been partner for many years. So, artists locally, we have space for Lemo Kemi. I don't know what's the can have. So that's all I
When we started Lemo Fest, there was no time that we were replacing Makufe. We were actually want to fly below the radar of Makufe. We actually want Makufe on top of us. And I don't think there's a right space to talk about Makufe. I think the state or government and arts and culture have dealt with that problem of Makufe. The dynamics of the problems of Makufe, neither myself, I don't know them. But I would like to take this opportunity to say that, I think but Rona at Lemo Fest, we never thought, in our wildest dream, that this thing is going to blow in this, why it blowed out. We always thought that, let's, help Makufe, come to the township, because the most important thing, we wanted something happening in the township. As you are aware, if you sit down and you look at the economic spin-off of any festival, it touched the CBD. I'm not against the CBD. I'm in business. I need them, they must exist. But I only wanted about 40% eradication. That was my dream objective. And for me to do that, I thought I was helping Makufe to say, here is it like the Kayla K's, you name them in the township, was Chaba and all those guys. And you must not concentrate on Lemo. Mangaung is very big, Mangaung is so big that people don't even understand the other side of Mangaung. Drive to the CBD. We need to understand that it's time we must change. And without change, there is no way that we can go further in this country. We need to change the way things have been doing. And as I've said earlier, no one will change if we don't change it. So Makufe will still remain. Government got its plans. We have asked government for artists. As you are aware that you can't just go and take artists from the street. There is a program that government have, and we asked for 20 artists, and they gave us a list of their artists, And then we took from that list and what we thought is best, and we continue with the local artist. But to replace Makufe, in my wildest dream was never that. Actually, I wanted actually wake up again and stand up there. But in business, forget about the state. In business, you don't drop the ball. You drop the ball, somebody pick it up, and you run with it. We never even thought that Makufe won't exist this year. We always thought itobate, itobate, and all our planning here was around to be underneath Makufe. Thank you.
Yeah, you can talk about for next year.
So we've been in discussions about doing training throughout, from SMMEs, artists. We want to do that in partnership with the government itself. But also remember that this is a privately owned entity, you know. So as much as to assist them in developing the artists, and we want to bring more artists on stage. We're talking about different ideas on how to go about it. So it is definitely in the plans.
Yeah. And also maybe just to also indicate, I think in gospel we had 4 artists from Free State in a lineup. We had MCs. Leila was one of our MCs, very local. So on all our stages, we tried to ensure that we have a local artist to ensure that they are represented. And as Bemosele has said, you know, yes, we would like to give them space, but at the end of the day, this is a commercially driven, you know, business. You know, bottom line is important. So we need to ensure that even the patrons who are going to come will then also be happy that they have paid money to see X. So those artists we will select very carefully to ensure that they speak to what our patrons would love to see, with the training with government, as Memosele has indicated. Thank you.
Let's take maybe 2 more questions. You've got a question? Okay. Okay. In the interest of time, let's just have 1 more question. And
I'd just like to know how you plan to make the event bigger next year. What are some of the plans that you have to improve on what might have gone wrong?
Okay, thank you. You know, in business, you do your planning, and then you take stock of what you went through. And we still need to get a report first, and then the dates will be set. We'll call the other media press release, where you put up the dates. You know, business, you must improve. You must first look what I'm going to do in the 5 years, then you bring it down to 3 years, then to 1 year. So, and then you build it up as you go on. We don't want to divulge our planning right now, what we're going to do. The report will tell us where to go, but our most important thing, how could we curb unemployment in our society? And we want more investors, not somewhere in Mangaung, inside Mangaung. Ms. Lon.
Thank you. So from a capacity perspective, we realize that our shows are quite wanted, and we are unable to accommodate quite a lot of people. We've also realized that Mangaung people buy tickets quite late, so we need to increase our capacity. So that's one of the things that we're certainly going to work on to ensure that next year's capacity is much bigger, to then be able to accommodate more. I think even the artists that we would like to bring next year will actually require a whole lot more capacity. So that's one of the things, that's one of the biggest things that we need to work on. And as Ndade Kenny has already indicated, we wait the dates, the capacity, and change a lot in terms of what we have, but we're obviously going to improve, because as Ndade Kenny has already indicated, you start crawling and then you walk and you run. So we certainly are going to be walking next year, and we'll be walking with a better and improved events all around. and managing our media and Ndade Gabi are important to us. So we'll make sure that all our stakeholders are managed in the right way. So yes, but we'll be in touch with you.
We want to
Ndade
say
Opa.
we want to say sorry. Whatever mistakes we have done, we are saying sorry. When we are saying that we will see to it that people who come to Mangaung are having a better treatment, and we promise you that we will sit down with the team and see to it that next time it won't be like this. I want to thank you to the provincial government for allowing us on this space because it's their land this, and we hope that next year will be much better. Thank you.
Freddy ha to light a delight jwalo ka tshepisitse le tle le re mena re tle re bontshe lefatshe hore ke yo ya petana dinete tsa hae le hore re ke reporte re tla pota ke tla bua le ke na le ntwena yo tshwaetso hore na mohlomong ka mora delight di 31 ebe upside no kenya na ile 5 million le ke re ke tike ya o ke le re
We don't have to be
no
alone.
ke a qetela gaite le silwana o lebetse hore ne se la ile fela ne o kabile ena
Ndade Gabi na le teng. Absolutely, yes.
Thank you for reminding us.
Very good one.
Dr. Kabi,
All
thank
right,
you.
Gospel.
Unfortunately, we are running out of time. Just two last questions, Kona, and then if I were to, then we're done.
Or Makufe.
Yes,
Oh.
okay. We will come back with them on day.
No, we will come back with candidate Sayone, and then we first have to get the report Arunapili. And when you got that report, definitely it will be Lemo Fest, but we need to understand we still have to look at the date itself. Whatever how nyala date ya lenyalo wa itshwara pele. So how kata bogadi ba hao ke bone o yang mane gore helang ka nnete di dire ke ena. Thank you that.
Last question. Definitely. Thank you so much, my noted. I think that's it for the day. Miss Silvani, you want to do a vote of thanks and then we can close and go home. I know we've got Joburg Media that's traveling, so just a short one. Thanks, Miss Silvani.
So thank you very much, and maybe just to reiterate on what Ndade Kenny has already said earlier, we just want to really thank the mayor, Ndade Gregory Ntadisi. He has really been very supportive. He's been here from day one, endorsing this event and indicating that he's supported fully. So we really would like to appreciate him and his team for being with us throughout the planning and the execution of Lemo Fest. And also the Premier of the Free State as well. His office has also been supportive from day one until the end. And to them, we just want to say thank you. And all to the MECs that have been supporting him and who have been here as well. We really just want to be, we can only do better if we have more partners and people supporting us. So thank you very much. This would have not been possible if we didn't have some of our sponsors who brought in rents and cents. It would have not been possible. They really made it lighter and helped us in terms of making this Lemo Fest a reality. And like I said, we knocked on their doors very late. You know how banks and corporates work. It's the end of the year. Budgets are depleted. We were not even part of their planning this year, but they made sure that they go back, they regroup, and take from wherever they had to support us. So I'd like to thank ABSA very much, and please do pass our gratitude to the rest of the team. You have been quite supportive, and we really appreciate that. Thank you very much. We would like to thank SAB. They're not here. They have been very, very supportive as well. They're set up in terms of VIP and all, in terms of the bars and all. They really have done a great job. And Dade Ole and his team, they're not here, but we just want to say thank you, and thank you to them. This also would have not possible without their support. Coca-Cola, they're not here as well, but they have made it possible. The drinks we've been drinking here has been part of their sponsorship. They sponsored the golf, the run, and all, so we really appreciate them as well. CEDA, I've already spoken to that. Limo Day Market, SMME Expo, they made that possible, and we're truly thankful and grateful to Mejeki and her team. Beira Rio, our Brazil partners, they've also made fashion show and SMME possible through their sponsorship, so we really appreciate them. NHBRC, they're not here either. They made golf possible, and they were also here for SMME Expo, so we really appreciate that. Lesedi FM, we did partner with them as well, and we thank them for the work that they've done with us. Radio 2000, Free State Online, where are they? Always in there, and we really appreciate you. Thank you for being there for us. CUT, the activations and all. Wow, guys, thank you. You guys were superstars. Thank you very much. They were going to clubs when some of us were sleeping, activating, ensuring that people know about us. So thank you. Ndate Kabi Musupatsela, you were there for us day one, and thank you so much, Ndate, and Ndate Majamela, who made it possible for the national media to be here with us. So thank you all. We have City Press, we have Morning Life, we've got Sunday World. We've got, we have, who else? Who did I forget? Morning Life I've spoken, Dade Freddy has already spoken about it. So all our media partners, people who were here to support us, the team. I have never worked with such an outstanding team. They were not sleeping. We slept at like 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then we're back. So thank you. The C-Squared team is not here in the absentia. Thank you to them for all the work that they've done to make this successful and a successful event that we've had. I would really not do justice to this if I didn't thank Memo Sele. Thank you very much. You have been so wonderful. Thank you. Matseho, you guys have been amazing. We really wouldn't have done this without you. Thank you. So if I have left anyone out, yo, Itau, for Thanksgiving, we had Papa Listampo and all. It was actually donated and sponsored by Itau for us to then break bread with the community. Guys, thank you. Lemo Fest would have not been possible without you. Please, let's do this in a better way, bigger way next year. 2024, we are here. We said we are going to give you the dates. They're not going to be far off from where we are already, but we will then communicate the exact dates. Thank you, and please have fun, have lunch. We have given you some lunch, break some bread with us again. And please, those who are traveling back, travel safely. I wish you all the best, and keep being who you are and covering Lemo Fest and ensuring that we all know about it. Thank you. On Dade Kenny wants to say the last word. After him, no one says anything.
The last word is that I want to thank the youth of Mangaung. We had our fights with them, we were standing with them, and we are asking them, please, let's go for it. the way the role they have played, and they said that Kenny, don't worry, crime will never happen in our community. We are going to look at it, and really I want to say the community of Mangaung, thank you very much. Here they have said crime won't happen, and it didn't happen. It just shows that we can do it. Thank you.
Our security was so exhausted. Yesterday somebody passed, one of the security guards. Hele makufe aha feli. So I fed makufe Lemo Fest.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.